Da 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 da.
In the finale, we find Joe and Gordon in drastically different places.
This is probably the happiest we've seen Gordon Clark throughout the entire season. They did it.
It's a trophy, you know? Look what all we've been through. Look at everything that we've done, and he built it.
In this moment of triumph, we see these two guys standing there watching the 1984 Macintosh Super Bowl ad, and they're watching the computing world change right before their eyes.
Tell me that wasn't the best piece of marketing you've ever seen in this industry.
It's like a horror movie, I think, for Joe watching that ad. I want to build something that destroys IBM. And then Apple makes a commercial about it.
You want a toy, you buy one of those. You want a computer, you buy one of ours.
People will buy the giant, but will they remember it?
Gordon doesn't really understand it. He has a little bit of trouble of seeing the future.
Joe, on the other hand, realizes the importance of doing something that is special as opposed to successful. And in ways, these two men have switched places.
She really did look like Cameron.
How would you rate the quality of your work overall?
Falling behind.
The Donna we meet in episode 10 is hitting reset on her life.
How do you feel about your future at Texas Instruments?
I got fired. We get to see Donna completely outside of all the things we know about Donna. And she's really living it up and enjoying being unemployed.
Everything all right?
No, we have a problem.
Ooh, how bad?
Joe's plan to delay shipping is obviously not a good business move, and Gordon sees it for what it is. It is a reignition of distrust between these two guys.
Okay, listen up. I want a top-notch program for our top-notch machine.
Joe thinks that they've got to start again, and he's not deterred by that. Joe is not equipped to be content.
The truth is that I can't trust him.
He just knows he'll always have to be looking over his shoulder if he continues to be partners with this guy. And if there's no Joe McMillan, then he gets to be Joe McMillan.
Which will never be.
What is Joe's Achilles heel?
Casual wear.
No, Cameron.
I think it's a bit comedic. They are talking about taking over the company. The second you give either one of these an inkling of power, they start acting like kids.
It shows the alteration of transaction codes, all rooted back to Cameron's office computer.
Donna, this is a print driver.
Joe doesn't know that.
It's a delusion of these two people living in this fantasy world.
All right, what do we got?
Joe, on the other hand, I think is preoccupied with his personal life, his legacy, and his emotions in a way that the Joe McMillan of the pilot never would be.
Think bigger.
Well, what are your ideas, man?
He's recognizing he may not have the goods to be the person he wants to be.
Without Cameron, he's far less special than he wishes he were.
He needs her, and he never thought he would.
I can't do this without you.
But now she hates him.
You can't just lay your heart on the table 2 months after you've betrayed someone and expect it to work. It's so weak.
It's also notably the first time in the show where Cameron tells Joe she loves him.
I loved you because you recited my own ideas back to me and pretended they were your own.
Cameron, in that moment, wants to say the nastiest thing she can say to Joe.
And it says a lot about how much pain she is in. You're still exactly what you were the day your mom let you fall off that roof. It's sort of the lowest blow that she could deal him, and she does it without hesitation.
He's been beaten. He's just resigning himself to this mediocre situation. A worker bee at Cardiff Electric.
He wanted this to be a seminal computer of the era that would go down in history and be remembered.
You're right. It's ready.
But now that he knows that it can only ever be so much, he's completely at sea.
So what are you saying exactly?
Ship it.
And we get to that Cardiff Electric party. He's been relegated to second banana as almost a means of self-punishment for being, in his mind, mediocre.
It's not his dream, it's a compromise.
Gordon at the party literally looks like a different man.
The first shipment of Cardiff Giants is waiting to be christened for its maiden voyage.
This is a character-defining, career-building moment for Gordon. I believe Joe enjoys watching Gordon succeed. But it's disappointment, I think, Joe feels most at that party, because he knows he's not going to see these people again.
To my partner, Joe McMillan.
He's got a history of burning it down and starting again. And you see him, what that entails, actually. I think he just wants to watch them burn.
A lot of people are going to want us to fail, but that's because we're the future.
The beauty of the last episode in this season is that all the characters are in flux.
I think Cameron wants to create something pure out of an impure experience. She wants intellectual paradise.
Donna, at this point, she is doing what she needs to do for herself.
That's good. Yeah. Right? I mean,
100,000 units. So what's next? Gordon's feeling really lonely being at the top. What are we gonna do next? I need my engine. You know, all these parts don't work unless Joe's around. I've never realized how much he was pushing me forward to create until he's gone.
Fisk Observatory. Is that around here? Joe has begun on a quest. He's gonna go off into the wild. Building this computer was never what it was about. It was about his life. And I'm curious to know how he'll come out again.